We are with Ryan Scott, and today we are talking about your new book, 1 to 5. So explain this title to me, because this is a book where it's really about sort of mastering basics and then using them throughout your recipes.
Yeah, 100%. You know, this book was inspired by my mom. You know, when we were being raised, we didn't have a lot of money, and my mom was, I always say, she's like the David Copperfield of ground beef. I look back and see the magician work that my mom did with like the minimalistic ingredients, like ground beef, and how she transformed ground beef into a slow cooker dish that was a dish because she wasn't home all day, that when she came home it was done, and all she had to do is boil some spaghetti and put it on top. We call it a bolognese in the book. Sorry, Mom, it's just a meat sauce. But, you know,
Make it sound fancy.
Yeah, well, so what Mom would do is like the next day that's chilled. So she would turn that into chili, turn it into sloppy joes, turn it into a shepherd's pie, or put biscuits on top and bake it. And it was that transforming food which really inspired the book. Let me give you one ingredient from other canned chickpeas: steamed carrots that can turn into carrot hot sauce, carrot hummus, grilled carrots with salsa verde. We can go as fast and far as taking a box cake mix, and how that's flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, baking powder, and what's the key component of every cookie, cake, and pie? Those ingredients. So teaching people methods of taking that box cake and transforming that into 5 dishes was really fun. And make sure that this pantry is a pantry that you already have, that you don't have to buy.
And I think that's important because for a lot of books that come from chefs, there's this feeling of like, well, every ingredient is available to you because, of course, in your kitchen, you know, in a restaurant, it is. But, you know, for home cooks, is it important to be able to sort of take each dish and say, okay, like I love the bacon section because you see
of course you do.
Bacon, yeah, I mean,
go girl.
Anybody wants
So
the
did
bacon
Al Roker,
section.
trust me, he loved that one.
Who doesn't love bacon? It like unifies people.
Yes,
But
it's the bond that holds you together.
Right.
Imagine if we were wrapped in bacon.
Right. I mean, we could do anything with bacon.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, you can take a piece of bacon and use it in so many different ways. You know, is it that idea of like, let's take something we know you have in your fridge and make sure that you can use it in a lot of ways?
It's that, and at the same time, it's showing you how it can look different. It's kind of, I almost dress a lot
marmalade.
of my marmalade, or I also kind of I inspire people to, like, when you look at bacon, from bacon marmalade that's in the book to my Elvis pancakes to the scones, it's that one simple bacon, but we elevated it. We took rosemary, brown sugar, and black pepper, crusted on top, and made it like a streusel, and elevated it, took it out of its comfort zone. And when you look at the ingredients that are in the book, I mean, hell, I even did a stale bread chapter. Yes, I did a stale bread chapter. I did a brown rice chapter. I don't know who in the world that doesn't have microwave brown rice in their fridge right now.
One of the things that I really liked about this book is that it's not basics. It's taking a basic item and making it shine. You know, was that important to you to kind of say, like, just because it's inexpensive, just because it's easy to make, it doesn't have to be boring. It can be something that's surprising for people.
Right. It should be elevated, or it can be elevated, or it can be it's like when people think vegetables as an entree. Like, oh no, I must have meat. I must have greens on the side. You always have to have a salad. The rules that we know, that box that we confined ourselves in for the last 20 years is gone. We ran over it with a big truck. It's smashed. And with this, it's all about the highlighting. It's all about teaching people new things, but also, look, you're not gonna have to shop for a lot of stuff. You can take the pork chapter, for instance. I took a pork butt, typically $1.99, 99 cents when you find it on sale. You pop it in your slow cooker, which is about 3 slow cooker recipes that are in the book, because I know time is tight, but if you put it in overnight, marinate it overnight, pop it out in the morning, put it in your slow cooker when you leave, you have dinner ready. And this is not one of those ones, I made one meal and you get 30 enchiladas for the next month.
Right.
Look, I love me some
It's not a
enchiladas.
freezer book.
No, it's not a freezer book, but it also shows how to utilize your freezer. Freezer's your best friend. You know, your pantry's your best friend. Those steals and deals that you get. And also just highlighting the broccoli, the cauliflower that's got like the worst rap in the world, but you can do curried cauliflower rice in here that has no rice in it. It's actually the cauliflower that goes in there. Truly, it's what I like to eat when I come home, is that simple things, the simple things that I love, the things that have flavor that you don't have to make. Dijon has flavor, tahini has flavor, soy sauce has flavor. It's all about how to utilize them.
Wonderful. Well, the book is 1 to 5. If that doesn't make you want to buy it, just for the picture of the dog and the family in the back.
Yes, Family-rito, that's what we call it.
I don't know what would. Thank you so much, Ryan, for being with us.
Pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.